Sup, y'all, bring guys another video. So as you guys can tell by the title, we might actually see a fight between Canelo versus Jake Paul one day in the future. I'm not saying it will happen, but there's a chance that we might actually see a fight between Canelo and Jake Paul in the future. Why? Well, hell, it'd make a hell lot of money, that's why. But anyway, Canelo was recently interviewed by Fight Hype, and he was quoted saying, "This is ESPN ringside, by the way." They quoted Canelo from that interview, and he said, and I quote, he said, "We don't know. You never say no. Jake Paul can try and keep fighting. We'll see in the future." Yeah. Look at this guy. This guy is like, payday. Payday, Canelo wants payday. Oh man, it would make a lot of money though. Both Canelo and Jake Paul would make a lot of money if this fight actually does happen. But we all know who would win. There's no way Jake Paul, who's only been boxing for a few years. But you gotta admit though, I'll say this about Jake Paul. You gotta admit, for somebody who's never boxed growing up to be only boxing for the past few years, he's not doing so bad, at least from my point of view. He's not doing so bad. Yes, I know he hasn't really fought a real boxer in like his professional career. Fought a YouTuber in Anderson Gibb, fought an ex-NBA player in Nate Robinson, fought a unprepared Ben Askren who never boxed, so it was more of a wrestler, and he knocked him out in the first round. He won by split decision, which he should have won by unanimous decision, against a former UFC champion, Tyron Woodley. I mean, he's kind of stepping up the competition slowly. At least he's not fighting cab drivers. You know, there are people out there who actually start off their career fighting unknown guys that we never see on TV because they don't show that shit on TV. But if you do watch it, you can see how bad they look if you find them on amateur videos and all that. Because for a guy who's only fought 4 professional fights, he is making a ton of money, and in a few years you never know what will happen. He can improve, he can learn, and I'm sure he learned a lot from the Tyron Woodley fight. And all he needs to do is just improve from it, learn from his mistakes, and work on his boxing. And Saul Canelo Alvarez, he's 31 years old. He's going to get older as the years go by. He's going to slow down here and there. Jake Paul is just going to get older. If he takes boxing seriously, he'll definitely get better. No doubt about it, in my opinion. I think he'll definitely get better if he takes boxing seriously. And you never know. Maybe one day, we might actually see this fight in the future. But right now, not right now. Like sometime, like within the next 2 years, I don't think so. But Canelo plans to fight for what, 7-8 more years? How old is Canelo right now? He's 31. Probably retiring in his late 30s. Heck, you never know. Maybe he might end up retiring in his 40s like Pacquiao. But Jake Paul, dude's 24. And people in their prime are usually in the late 20s or early 30s. At least from my point of view. In my opinion. So Jake Paul, if he takes boxing seriously, he can definitely be able to be more competitive in the future. But right now, he would definitely get wrecked. Easy work for Canelo. But we'll see. We will see in the future. I mean, Jake Paul has mentioned that he thinks he could do better than Billy Joe Saunders. I don't know about that, but we'll see. I mean, I think Canelo is one of his hit list fighters for Jake Paul. He has this list of fighters he wants to fight, and I think Canelo is one of them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like always, have a great day. Alright, thanks.